Hi, and welcome back to the challenge. I'm really excited for today's class because I'm going to introduce how to find thoracic extension. Now, this is a really concrete way to help you feel in your body what it's like to move the spine in a back bend the way that we want to move it. And I mentioned at the beginning that we want to have some props. Today you're going to need the foam roller or something like a foam roller that you have at your house. You could roll up blankets if you don't have a foam roller, but we're going to use the foam roller. On my old website, yogawittim.com, my new website is timsonetsiyoga.com. That's where you can find everything that's current. My old website, yogawittim.com, though, I have a link to some of the props that I use, like foam rollers, blocks, straps, whatever. It's just links for the ones that I like. So you can find some of that stuff on there. Although I think I'd put the high density foam roller, which if you're newer to foam rolling, you'll want to have the softer foam roller. This is TMI. But let's begin in a child's pose today. So, also some blocks in a strap. You can have them in your prop basket. You should just have a prop basket. Okay, head down, go inward. So practice tuning into the rhythm of your breath and the vibrational quality in your body. So all the material world is vibrating at a certain frequency. And you'll notice that the vibration in your body can shift and change subtly. So pay attention to that as you practice today. Come up onto your hands and your knees and stretch back into down dog. All that opening that you had in between your shoulder blades in child's pose, see if you can access some of that as you grow the arms. So grow more space in between the bottom of the blades, especially into the pinkies. Then walk the feet to the front of the mat. Bend your knees and roll yourself up to stand. Stretch your arms out to the side. Rotate the arms externally. Raise your arms and fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back into plank. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Stretch your arms forward. Press back through the big toes. Reach through the arms. Then bend the elbows out to the side, lift up to shoulder height, spread the elbows, rotate externally. Stretch both arms straight back behind you, chest open. Then place the hands next to the side ribs, lower the chest down, come up onto your hands and your knees, and stretch back into downward dog. Inhale into plank pose. Place one of your blocks for underneath your pelvis and we'll practice the Chaturanga. First, set the knees down, take the hands the width of the mat, turn the fingers out slightly, then lower slowly, like you're going to set the hips down, but keep the chest open, and then come back up. Again, lower slowly. Don't let the chest collapse. Come back up. Lower slowly onto the block. Then bring your hands in underneath your elbows, straighten your legs, and as if you had another block underneath your heart, get as long as you can. Push through the heels, tighten the kneecaps, lengthen through your crown. Then lift straight up into plank. And stretch back into down dog. Walk your feet up to the front of your mat. Inhale, make a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, raise your arms. Exhale, arms to your side. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back into plank. Shift forward and lower slowly to elbow height, just like when you're on the block. Then come into up dog. Lift through both sides of the pelvic floor up into the chest. And stretch back into down dog. So just remember, it's better to modify than to try to do the pose and have it all be going haywire. So we learned all those modifications before when you practice just with me. Walk your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, make a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Spread the arms, rotate externally, reach up. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale into chair pose, bend your knees and sit back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step right back into down dog. Step your right foot up by your right thumb. Set up your back heel for warrior one. Hug your right hip back in. Then lift from your middle and come up. Arms up, look up, touch palms. Hands back down. Step back to dog. Step your left foot up by your left thumb. Set up your back heel. Come up to the midline. Hands back down. Step back. Downward dog. Inhale into plank pose. Lower slowly. Up dog. Down dog. Look in between your hands. Step or float up to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Stand and release your arms at your side. Inhale into chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back into down dog. Raise your right leg up, inhale. Exhale, knee to your chest, pull up and step your foot up by your thumb. Lower your back knee down. Inhale, raise your left arm. Exhale, hook your elbow to your knee. Join your palms together. Then curl your back toes under. Lift your back knee up. Now lengthen through the midline. Tailbone straight back through the center of the mat, crown straight ahead. Then bring your hands to the mat. Step your back foot a little bit closer and turn your heel down. Then straighten your right leg as best you can. You might want a couple of blocks to do that, to get a flat back and have the right leg straight, or you might be able to do it without. Then fold forward. Bring your hands down and step back to down dog. Raise your left leg up. Bring your knee up, step up, and lower your back knee. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale, twist, hook the elbow to the knee. Join the palms and lift the back knee. Then bring the hands down. Step your back foot a little closer and turn the heel down as you straighten the leg. Come into a flat back. And then lengthen all the way out over your leg. Then plant your hands and step back into down dog. Step your right foot for crescent. Inhale your arms up. Bring your arms along your side, open up your chest, shoulders, and lean out over your knee. Then step into warrior three. Lower your left hand down onto the block or onto the floor. Spin your rib cage, but stay long to the midline as you do, and take your arm up. And fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back. Step back to down dog or take a vinyasa. Step your left foot up by your left thumb. Inhale into crescent. Drop your arms to your side, lean your chest out, and step into warrior three. Then slowly lower your right hand down. Keep the length of your thoracic. Turn your rib cage and take your arm up. Bring your hand down and fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back to dog or take a vinyasa. Then roll onto the outside edge of your left foot and take your right arm up. Rotate the upper arm externally and reach it over. Stretch into down dog. Change sides, roll onto your right foot, left arm up. Rotate the left arm externally and reach it over. Stretch back to dog. Step your right foot up by your right thumb. Lower your back knee down. Hold there, reach back with your hand for your foot or your ankle. Release through the top of the knee down into the floor as you lift up your chest. Now if this pains your knee at all, then that's a sign you shouldn't be doing it yet. You can just keep both hands down and work on the stretch in your quad. We don't want to jam ourselves into any shape that's causing pain. If it's causing pain, you just got to back off, modify. Then release your foot Bring your hips back over top of your knee and wiggle your front foot forward till the leg is straight with the foot plantar flexed. Stretch down through the toes. And then dorsiflex your foot, pull the toes back towards you. Release that and change sides. Left foot forward. Hold there or reach back with your hand for your foot. Then release your foot and come back into the half splits. Wiggle your front foot forward with the toes pointed. And then dorsiflex. Then release that and put your blocks in the center of your mat like an equal sign. Put your elbows alongside the closer block and your hands alongside the other with your thumbs pointing up. Rotate the outer shoulders back. Open the collarbones, but then suck your middle back up. Now, keeping the rotation in the shoulder heads, lift your knees up just an inch. Don't let the shoulders twist inward at all. And then see if you can lift the hips all the way up, maintaining all that external rotation in your shoulders. Don't sink into the shoulders. Push the forearms down. Lift, lift, push those forearms. So once you can hold this with ease for like half of a minute, then your shoulders will be ready, strong enough, healthy enough to be able to do a headstand. Until then, you should just practice this and not sinking into the shoulder. What do I mean by sinking into the shoulder? Like this. You have to stay lifted. Okay, cool. Then set your knees back down. And I'm going to show you the preparation for Shirshasana, but it's super important that you don't let the shoulder blades sink into the neck. And there shouldn't be a lot of weight into the head. The head should be super light. So the hands go interlocked, the elbows under the shoulders, and I recommend just watching this one. I lower the head down, back of the head against the hands, but then I activate my shoulders like I was just doing. Then I curl the toes under. Now the head is super light because I'm using the shoulders. Press the forearms, I'm lifting. This also requires a lot of opening in the back of the legs and the spine. So this would be a great prep pose without much weight in the head. Once you feel super strong at that, then you can bring your knees in and try lifting your feet and then stretching your legs up. But just remember, it comes in steps and stages. Don't try to skip ahead just because you're excited. Lower back into child's. So I just strongly recommend practicing the one that you're feeling challenged with. So if you're feeling challenged with the blocks pose, stick with that for a while. And then come back up. Okay, let's get that foam roller. So I'll just be transparent with you. I had this like gnarly shoulder injury from skateboarding. I couldn't do much yoga with my arms for a year. In order to build up the strength and flexibility again, it took me 3 months of practicing that thing and then all my standing poses regularly before I even attempted a headstand. And that was after 15 years of practicing yoga daily. So like I already knew in my head, my body already knew how to do it, but I could feel that I wasn't strong enough and that my muscles and my fascia weren't open or healthy enough to even attempt it. So let that just be a good reminder. I can't tell you how many people I see come to yoga, they're very excited and they want to do all the advanced poses and their body's not really ready for it yet. So just be patient, let your body open up. Do this challenge maybe 3 times before you even try a headstand. That's really what I recommend. Okay. All right, take that roller right in your upper back, hands behind your head. And as you inhale, roller just at the bottom of the bra line. As you inhale, roll your chest over the roller. And as you exhale, curl back up. Inhale to roll over the roller. Exhale to curl up. Then slide it up to the middle of the bra line and inhale, roll over the roller. Lengthen the buttock flesh down. So release the front bottom ribs down. And then if it feels okay on your neck, as long as it doesn't go into your lower back, see if you can stretch your arms overhead, like handstand arms. Bring your hands back behind your head and come back up. One more time. So as you're doing this, imagine your hips are being pulled out of your lower back so that the lower back stays long. We're trying to get more of the back bend right where the roller is. So see how I go slow so I can make sure that the bottom of the rib cage doesn't thrust up. I'm trying to get the movement right where the roller is. And then curl back up. Okay, cool. So let's try that in our back bends now. Starting with the Supta Virasana thing that I like to do a lot. Okay, so take your knees slightly separated and then start to walk the hands back. So this might be enough for you. Remember, you can always stuff underneath your butt if it hurts your knees. Then roll the shoulders open, and right where the roller was in your upper back, see if you can mobilize that part of your spine. Less pushing from the waist, more from higher up. Then if that's going really well, start to lift the hips up. And lower the butt back down. Now we can repeat that last one, or for those of you who are very open in the quads and in the hip flexors and you have a good amount of back bend going, you could try going onto a block in your upper back. So phase one, just hold here. And again, this was a pose that took me about 3 months of practicing regularly again before I attempted as well. So this one and the headstand are ones not to be done lightly. Oh, where's that? It's hard to get the block in the right spot. Let's see. Guess still not in the right spot. Okay, that's better. Okay, now if you're going onto the block, work the same hip action as on the roller. Stretch the hips out of your lower back. Let the chest roll over the block. Otherwise, you're just upright on the hands, working the stretch in the chest and the shoulders that way. Now, if you're on the block, reach through the side ribs through the lower back, and then maybe stretch the arms over as long as it doesn't go into your lower back. Keep the lower back long through the hips. And then come back up, whichever one you're doing. Then lie onto your belly. Bend your knees and reach back with your hands for your feet. Then lift your left leg up an inch, feel the hip bone descend, and the lower back get long. Change legs, lift the right leg up an inch, feel the hip bone descend, the lower back get long, and the thigh go into neutral. Then stretch both legs straight back. And let the shoulders, front of the shoulders start to open. Feel at the bottom of the butt cheek is broad. The backs of the legs can start to work. Right where the buttock it can grip towards the back of the leg, as long as it doesn't narrow at the bottom of the butt cheek. And lower yourself back down. All right, now let's try an up dog with some blocks, because this is going to give you a really nice up dog. If you have blocks, put them right next to the sides of your ribs. Thighs in neutral. From the sides of the pelvic floor, draw energy up the spine, and then start to roll yourself like a snake. Roll up. Then slide the hips forward some, and keep rolling up the front of the shoulders and the spine. Good. Then set the knees down for our final back bend, Ustrasana. Hands on the hips, roll the chest, shoulders open, toes curled under, keep back bending in the upper back, and maybe you can reach back for those heels. Lift up the back ribs where the roller was instead of sinking onto your lower back. Come back up. Whew, that was kind of intense. Twist to your right. Twist to your left. Come back to center and fold forward. Now let's try this one with the left leg in Virasana if possible. Bring the right leg into a Marichyasana position and then wrap your left arm around and twist. If this hurts your knee, you could just sit with the leg like an Indian style instead. Come back to center, change legs. Just remember, no pain in the knee. You can put stuff under the butt or modify the pose. You could just sit cross-legged and twist if it's too gnarly on your knee. Then come back to center, stretch your left arm along your left inner leg, and reach, 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 reach. Then internally rotate, wrap the arm all the way around the shin, and then see if you could wrap your right arm behind and hook. Come back up, change legs. And this leg could just be a stretched out leg now for this one. It doesn't have to go in Virasana. But it's nice to release the back, holding the Virasana leg. Reach the arm, reach, 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 reach. This is the poppy shoulder. This is why adults should not skateboard. Come back up. Then sit with your legs wide apart. Sit nice and tall. Bring the right leg into Janu Shirshasana position. Turn to face the right knee and smooth it down and away from you. Then stretch the left hand along the left inner leg. Right arm up and over. Bend the elbow, slide hand behind the head. Open up. Come back up. And change legs. Stretch the right leg out. Bring the left leg in. Smooth the knee down and sit up tall. Then slide the hand, left arm up and over. Hand behind the head. Inhale back up. Then cross the legs at the center of the shins, or if you're more open in the hips, stack the shins and start to fold forward. Come back up, change the cross of the legs, and go forward again. Come back up and stretch your legs straight out in front of you. And fold forward. Inhale back up. And then lie onto your back for plow preparation. Bring the legs into modified weird happy baby thing. Happy baby upside down Paschimottanasana. Hips kind of up in line with the feet. And then as your navel softens to your spine, see if you can straighten the legs. Now if you got a weird neck situation, I'd recommend just doing a happy baby instead. Don't push it. If this feels really great, the back body is totally open, there's no tensing in your lower back or in your neck, then you could go for full plow. Then roll yourself out, whichever one you're doing. Open your arms to the side for final spinal twist. Cross your right ankle over your left knee and let your legs fall over to the left. Turn your gaze to the right. Oh my gosh, this feels so good. This should be called oh my gosh pose. It feels amazing. Whenever people are like, how do you stay so dedicated to your yoga practice? I'm like, how do you not? It feels so great if you do this every day. Come back to center. And change the cross of the legs. So we had this like divinely inspired practice. Let the legs go to the other side. And then people are like, I don't know. I don't know if I should do it. Seems like a waste of time. Yoga asana, a gift from Shiva. Thank you, Shiva. And then let's practice corpse pose. We'll practice dying, which sounded freaky to me when I first started. So as you practice Shavasana, we want to practice letting go of all the things that prevent us from connecting inward. The Yoga Sutras call the indwelling spirit Ishvara. And so when we practice Shavasana, we're giving up all the things that we would put in the way of that would prevent us from connecting inward. So like whatever it is, whatever you're trying to control in life, whatever you think you need, whatever you think you're lacking, whatever situation is grabbing your attention, preventing you from going in and letting go, I want you to just pretend like you're putting that all up on an altar now for the next couple minutes. And then you could go into the temple and connect. And this is all inside of you. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need somebody that is wearing weird robes to tell you how to do it. You can do this on your own each day. And the more connected to this you are, the more you could feel which decisions are leading you towards a deeper connection or moving you away. We don't have to label it or call it good or bad or judge it or anything. Now bring yourself back up to the surface. Now you could take back all your junk if you want it. And then roll over to your side. Press yourself up to seated. All right. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that you found this helpful. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought of some of the stuff I recommended. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. Someone asked the other day, what's external rotation? And that's when you turn your arm this way. This way is internal rotation. So I hope you learned that from today's class. And that's it. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. Let me know what's going on. I always like hearing from you. And subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day. Namaste. Oh, and one last thing. I want to really encourage you to think about signing up for the Conscious Movement community. I'll put the link right below. So what is a Conscious Movement community? It's a place where I have lots of workshop videos, more instructional tutorial videos, and then 1-hour videos where I get a lot deeper into this stuff, where I just have more time to show you guys, to deepen the practice, to lengthen the practice, so we can hold the poses longer. We can do poses that I wouldn't normally show on YouTube because I feel like they're just a little too challenging. And it's not for people who are only committed to a 30-minute practice. So you can find all that by clicking on there. And that's really one of the best ways. When I started to deepen my yoga practice was when I started practicing from books that encouraged longer practices, different variety of poses. So I'm including all that in there. It's for people who want to go to the next level of their practice. Also a great way to support the channel. So click the link and check it out. I recommend it. And the first 2 weeks are free, so give it a shot. Okay, now have a good day. I'll see you.